Hello, friends. This is really good to talk to you on this platform. Dear friends, we are going to talk about Rabindranath Tagore and one of the famous poem that has been written by him. The title of the poem is "Leave this chanting and singing." This was one of the poem that has been published in the book Gitanjali. Dear friend, Gitanjali is a collection of the poem, approximately not I'm definite. It's 103 poems uh, were published in this book Gitanjali, and this was the 11th poem. And this is the notable book for which Rabindranath Tagore, a first Indian who won the Nobel Prize in Literature, and this has been this first Nobel Prize for the literature was given to the first Indian in 1930. Rabindranath Tagore is known for his reformative, creative modernism in India, especially in Hindu scriptures and philosophies. Some of the famous book that has been written by Rabindranath Tagore, the most famous that is already Gitanjali, for which Rabindranath Tagore has won the Nobel Prize. Then The Home and the World, Nationalism, an anthology, The Heart of the God, Prayer of Rabindranath Tagore, Fireflies, The Religion of Man. This is another most important book. Chokhar Bali, this is also a book. Stray Birds, The Essential Tagore, Gura, The Post Office, The Gardener, Chaturanga, The Postmaster. These are some of the book that has been published, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Dear friend, the Gitanjali is containing most of his social reformative poems, and this poem, Leave the Chanting and Singing, is a very reformative message, a reformation of the religion, reformation of the spirituality, and especially a blind beliefs, irrationality. So this poem itself is a talk of Rabindranath Tagore to bring reform amongst the hardcore Hindu religious attitude. So let's see how does the Tagore is talking about the irrationality, illogic, unscientific temper and everything. Dear friends, the Tagore began this poem with the same line that has been entitled "Leave the chanting and singing and telling of beads. Whom dost thou worship in this lonely dark corner of the temple with doors all shut? Open thine eyes and see thy God is not before thee." So the first line itself is an exclamatory line, itself is an appeal to all the Indian, all the Hindus, and even all those across the globe who were chanting the spells or some religious, singing some religious songs or some hymns and telling of dates. So leave it, stop it. Whatever that you are chanting, whatever that you are singing or telling, stop all the gossips because these are irrational gossips. There is no logic, there is no rationality behind all these things. Each and everything must be stand on scientific temper, must be stands for the welfare of the humanity. So if it is not logical, if it is not rational, then the Tagore is very much plain, very much clear. Stop it, leave it, leave this chanting. Why are you chanting these spells? Why are you chanting these religious songs or hymns? And why are you telling such gossips, telling such beads? In the second line, Rabindranath Tagore poses a question that whom dost thou worship in this lonely dark corner of a temple with doors all shut. So this question, whom dost thou worship, and where? Where? In the lonely dark corner of the temple with doors all shut. How? The doors all shut. So temple, it is described by the Tagore as the lonely, try to emphasize, alone. That it is not a social, it is a lonely and the dark corner. So the light didn't reach up to the temple. It was lonely and the dark corner of the temple with doors all shut. Whose doors were shut? It was a non-ventilated place. It was a dark place. Temple itself is a dark place. So if a temple is a dark corner where there is no ample light, there is no ample ventilation or fresh air. So if is this the place where the God lives? So whom does you worship? So who was there in this dark, lonely temple with doors all shut? So this is a closed place. Neither ventilation nor the doors and the windows were wide that you can access, you can peep into. So this is how the Tagore describes the temple, and as well as also raises the questions: whom does thou worship? So who is there? Whom do you worship? Who was there in the temple? Naturally, the answer could be from the common perspective that there is a God in the temple. But the Tagore is saying how it could be possible that the God can live in a dark, lonely temple, in the dark corner of the temple, and especially where the doors are all shut. And in the third line, Tagore appeals that open your eyes, open thine eyes, and see thy God is not before thee. So if you went to the temple, and if you see the dark, lonely corner with doors all shut, that and just open your eyes. Here, open thine eyes. Thine means yours. So open thine eyes means open your eyes. Open your logical power. Open your scientific temper. Use your rationality, scientific attitude, and see thy God is not there. Thy God means it can be a spirit, it can be to whom you are worshipping, because the temple is not the place where the God lives. Basically, it has been believed that the temple is the place where the oracles or where the priest can live. But God wasn't. God is all encompassing. Everywhere there is a God. In fact, Maharashtrian Sant Sautamani has said, Kanda Mula Bhaji, Avgi Vithai Maji. So, according to Sautamani, the God is everywhere. So, that's what the idea the Tagore is communicating with you. Open your eyes, open your rationality, open your logic, and think that where the God is. There is no God in the temple. So that was the first beginning of the poem. In the second section, he said, He is there. He stands for the God. So God is there where the tiller is tilling the hard ground and where the path maker is breaking stones. He is with them in sun and in shower, and his garment is covered with dust. Put up thy holy mantle, and even like him, come down on the dusty soil. So this was the second section of the poem. See, basically, he is there. He means the God is there. And where is he? God is there where the tiller is tilling the hard ground. Tiller. Tiller means the one who is preparing the land for the cultivation. And tilling the land, that preparing the land, the hard ground. So making it a little bit of spongy so that the grains can be easily sowed and the crops can easily grow now. So he is there along with those who were tilling the land, who were doing hard work, and where the path maker is breaking stone. So the God is there along with those people who were working hard. It can be a tiller, it can be a path maker who is breaking stone in order to make the paths, in order to make the roads. He is with them in sun and in shower. With them, with the tiller and the path maker, with the common man, with the man who is working hard. And he is with them in sun and in shower. So in every season, it can be a sunny day, it can be a bright day, it can be a rainy day. In every season, God is accompanied. In every moment, God is accompanied. God is along with these hardworking people. And his garment is covered with dust. And so the garment of the God, the clothes of the God are covered with dust. The clothes of the God are not at all clean and tight, clean and neat. So most of the time, the dust, the soil, which we considered as a dirt, or which we considered as a tent, we can understood we can understood that his garments are covered with dust. So basically, the dust, that is the soil, is considered as a dirt. And Tagore is saying that it is the dust, it is the soil which has covered the garment of the common man, garment of the tiller, garment of the path maker, and the garments of the God are identical, are equal. So, in the last line, when he talked about the garments of the tiller, garments of the path maker, which were covered, tented, which were full of dirt, so-called dirt. Basically, the soil is not at all a dirt. Soil itself is considered as a mother. So this land, this soil is having the productivity. The source of the productivity is the soil, and dust or the soil cannot be considered as a dirt. It is one of the mark of the prestige that you are doing hard or you are working very hard. So Tagore said, "Put up thy holy mantle, and even like him in the sense like God, come down on the dusty soil." So Tagore is appealing each and every person, just remove your holy clothes, maybe a scarlet, maybe a white, or maybe a black one. Just remove your holy clothes, and even like God in the sense, like God who has come, who is along with the tiller, who is along with the path makers in every season. So like him, you can come down to the dusty soil where the tiller is tilling the land and where the path maker is breaking the stone. And in the last section of the poem, the poet said, "Deliverance. Deliverance. Where is this deliverance to be found? Our Master Himself has joyfully taken upon Him the bonds of creation. He is bound with us all forever." So, deliverance. So, basically, deliverance, that is the service. This soil, this dust, this planet, and the God Himself has the power to deliver the fruits, deliver the happiness, deliver the enjoyment. Where this deliverance to be found? It is the God who delivers all these things, and this deliverance can be found only after hard works. So those who were working hard, those who were making paths with hard work, those who were tilling the lands with their great efforts, their physical work. So there is the deliverance. So if you would like to deliver the services, if you would like to create something, then it is only by hard work you can do it. So our master, that is once again the reference of God. So our God, our master himself has joyfully taken upon him the bonds of creation. So the God is bound to, it is has the taken the responsibility very joyfully, very happily, very merrily, that okay, I will serve you people, I will deliver you whatever you want, whatever are your requirements, whatever are your necessities, I will fulfill it, I will deliver it. And this responsibility was taken by God Himself, taken by your master, that is the God Himself. And these responsibilities are not at all a burden, are not at all a legal uh, compilation. Basically, these responsibilities are taken willingly, and he is bound to it. He is committed to these responsibilities uh, forever, all the time. So he is not at all avoiding his responsibilities. And the last three lines, the poet once again appeals that come out of thy meditations and leave aside thy flowers and incense. What harm is there if thy clothes become tattered and stained? Meet him and stand by him in toil and in sweat of thy brow. So the Tagore it is once again saying, put up thy, we have seen the previous line that put up thy holy mantle and come down to the dusty soil. So come out of thy meditation and leave aside thy flowers of incense. So come out of thy meditations. Why are you doing meditations? Stop it. Came out of thy meditations and leave aside thy flowers and incense. So these flowers and this the scent of these flowers, leave it, take it aside, and came out of thy meditation. So stop the meditations. What harm is there if thy clothes become tattered and stained? If your clothes are tattered, torn, or stained, maybe stigmatized because of the dirt, because of the dust, because of the soil, no, nothing is problematic. There is no harm at all. Harm means a kind of problem. So, what problem is there if your clothes are torn, tattered, or stinted, or stigmatized, or dirty, or dusty? You can say. So, it's good that the clothes of the god are tattered, the clothes of the god are stained with dust, full of dust. In fact, his garments, the garments of the gods, are covered with dust. So there is no problem if your clothes are tattered and stained, and come out of their meditations. So stop your meditations. Don't do it. Leave aside these flowers, colorful flowers, or these flowers which were producing a good smell. If you want to meet him and stand by him. Here, him is the reference to the God. So meet God and stand by the God in toil and in sweat of thy brow. So if you are doing hard work, if you would like to meet the God, if you would like to stand by the God, stand along with the God, you can stand along with God in toil, in hard work, and in sweat of thy brow. So thy brow, if you are doing hard work, naturally the sweat is going to be flow down and it will come up to thy brow. That means your brow. And it is the smell of the God. It is the mark that the God exists along with you. It is the sign that the God is meeting you. So this is how the Tagore has appealed all of us, especially the kind of religious attitude, kind of show off that has been made by so-called religious person. So that's all the poem is. Leave this chanting and singing, and